questions that I get asked is how I became a travel blogger. So I thought I would share to you guys my story, my journey, and yeah, basically how I came to be a travel blogger slash travel writer. Everything you want to know, hopefully I will cover it in this video. I'll be sharing some of my tips and tricks, so if you are looking to become one or you are just starting out sort of thing, then hopefully this video can help you. So I'll try not to ramble too much, but basically if we jump right back to the beginning, in 2015 I went to Germany on an exchange student program, and I lived in Germany and traveled around Europe for 7 months. Best year of my life ever. It was so much fun. But yeah, so when I first moved over there, I started a blog called Kiwi in Constance, because I was in Constance and I'm Kiwi. It's like updating maybe once every couple of weeks, just my blog with pictures and little shenanigans of little trips that we did around Europe with schoolmates and solo adventures, things like that. So yeah, I had a great time updating my blog, and it was just for like family and friends. And the biggest social platform that I used back then was Twitter, and I would tweet out the link once it was up, and I did start to actually get a few followers that would read my fortnightly blogs, and they would tell me that they really enjoyed it, so that was very encouraging to keep going, sort of thing. And my writing style back then, I still try to incorporate it, but it was basically very humorous, so I would just like be telling funny stories, and basically I write how I think, so yeah, it was pretty funny. Once that year was over, I got back to Australia, which is where I was living at the time, because that's where my partner was working, so we moved around a lot with his job. And I couldn't keep studying at that time because being from New Zealand, I had to pay hefty international fees if I wanted to transfer, so it was just like way too expensive. Basically I had to look into getting a job. The only thing that I wanted to keep doing was writing. I wanted to keep doing my blog. I wanted to keep traveling and taking photos and seeing more of the world. I had like the best year of my life, and then I just wanted to keep doing that. So luckily I have the most supportive now husband in the world. We were engaged at the time, and he said, go for it, follow your dreams, you do whatever you want to do. He would rather I didn't make any income for that, first while and be happy than me going to like a job where I was like miserable, stuck in an office. He was super supportive of me, which I am so grateful for. That year, 2016, I started a new blog completely from scratch, fresh, called krystijaims, because I couldn't think of a cool travel name. Like they'd all pretty much been taken, so I just used my online name, which is krystijaims. So what I did was I started writing, building up my content. So I would write travel tips on like solo travel, how to travel on a budget, and destination guides. Like I did one for London, Berlin, Barcelona, Krakow, and so I was just building up my content on my blog. That year I discovered that people that had these amazing travel blogs were making like real money from it, and that was their full-time job, and I wanted that for me. I was like, that's my dream job right there, and I'm gonna chase it. So I started looking at all these amazing travel blogs and thinking, hey, I can do that too. Like I know it's such a saturated market, but you know what, I didn't care. I wanted that life. I began by reading their hotel reviews. That was like my first step into it that I wanted to do, because I looked at it and I thought I could do that really well actually, and yeah, it was something I was really interested in. I started reading a bunch of people's hotel reviews. That year we got married in the Cook Islands. We also went to Bali and did a trip to Vietnam. In each of those 3 places I did hotel reviews. So in Bali, that was my very first hotel review, which is on my blog, and I look back now and I'm like, cringe, it's so bad, but it was a stepping stone for me. And then when I got married, I did quite a number of destination wedding posts, like trying to be super helpful and write down my tips for planning a destination wedding. And then I did a full hotel review. And then in Halong Bay we did a 3-night, or was it 2-night, 2 or 3-night cruise, and I also did a review of that. So I had these 3 articles from each of those places, and it was sort of like me building up a portfolio, so that when the time came in 2017, where I took off for 4 months and traveled mostly solo through Southeast Asia. My husband was very busy at work, so he didn't even notice I was gone, to be honest, so it was great. But anyway, so I had this like portfolio to be able to show potential clients, like, hey, this is what I did and this is what I can offer you. As well as that, there's like so many things intertwined into this. I was also creating videos. So 2016 is when I started my YouTube channel. So I started making little travel videos. I wasn't very good back then. I'm still not good, but hopefully I've improved a bit since then. 2017, that's also when I started taking Instagram more seriously. So prior to that, it was just very much a personal platform for me. I created all these collages of travels, and yeah, it wasn't very good at all. If you scroll right back to the beginning, it's quite crap. But yeah, so I started also focusing on my Instagram and trying to improve that. So when I first started reaching out to hotels, and it's what I continue to do, because if you have multiple platforms, it's more attractive to the clients. I can offer like a full package. I can do a full hotel review, feature article, and I can do a set number of Instagram posts, daily Instagram stories sort of thing, as well as a Facebook post. I can tweet, I can create them a video. It's also like Pinterest as well. The more platforms that you can offer, the better for you. So I've been talking about hotel reviews. That's basically how I started, but then I also branched into tours. So I started doing tour reviews. Quite often when I started out, tour companies would offer me half price rather than complimentary, which was fine. You know, you got to take what you can get, and then, you know, keep building that experience up so that you get better, you improve, and then next time you can sort of hope for more sort of thing. So that's basically how I started out, and I've kept going, persevering. It's a really hard industry to be in, obviously, because there are so many amazing travel bloggers out there who are already so popular. They've got millions and millions of followers on Instagram, and yeah, so that's not me. I'm just a everyday normal person, but I really enjoy what I do. So I think having a passion for it is gonna get you through, because it does take a lot of hard work, like late nights, working 7 days a week sort of thing to get what you need done. The biggest thing I think is that it does take time to start earning money for what you do. Like I still, I'm in my 3rd year now. I still earn peanuts basically, but I can travel for free. And when I say free, it's actually in exchange for a lot of work. So it's not really free, but you know what I mean. So I can travel in exchange for my services. And I make a little bit of money from AdSense on my blog and YouTube combined. If I focus more on my YouTube, I probably get a lot more, but yeah. Because the biggest focus for me is probably my blog. So that's like my baby, and I've worked really hard on it, and I was always trying to improve it. And I learned how to do coding, SEO, and all that sort of thing that is really important to get your blogs to stand out and to have it show up in searches. I've got to learn how to do things like Pinterest and really bring in the blog traffic. So yeah, that's something I've worked really hard on, and I'm super proud of, because last year I hit 1 million views on my blog, so that was really exciting for me, like a big milestone. And yeah, so my blog brings in a lot of daily traffic. So yeah, that's probably my number one focus, is my writing. When I reach out to companies these days, that's probably my biggest draw card, is that I have this website that will reach a lot of customers potentially. And then probably my next one is Instagram. That's probably my next biggest platform. But again, I'm no model, I'm no photographer. I have tried to improve my editing and photo skills and stuff, but it's still like really hard. I don't have somebody following me around with a camera to take my photos, so it's just like getting strangers to take your photos. Anyway, off on the tangent. Yeah, so basically my biggest tip is, if you want to start your own travel blog, is to not give up. Like, it's going to take a couple of years at least to really get yourself established and to the level of being able to ask for a certain amount in exchange for your services. So yeah, it does take a while, but if you're really passionate about it and it's what you want to do, just keep going, persevere, and it'll be worth it in the end, trust me. Also, onto the making money things. How do I actually get by? Like, how do I make my money? So I am a freelance writer, so that's probably my biggest thing. I do freelance writing on the side, as well as all my blog stuff and content creation, to make money. But yeah, luckily now, 2019, it's my 3rd year, and I'm finally sort of at that stage of being offered press trips, like having flights paid for. Yes. as well as like accommodation and food and tours and things like that. So that's really exciting for me. So basically this video is just to share how I became a travel blogger. I am planning on writing a proper blog post on how you can start your own travel blog with more tips and how to reach out to potential clients like in an email. And if you do want me to make another video on this sort of thing, or if maybe you have more questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer them. Might even do a Q&A video if there is enough, so definitely leave a comment if you want. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and got to learn a little bit more about me and what I do. Catch you in the next video.